Have you ever looked in the mirror and noticed a few gray hairs appearing earlier than you expected? For some people, it happens slowly over decades. For others, it feels sudden and surprising. Gray hair has long been considered an unavoidable sign of aging, but science is now revealing that the story is far more complex and far more interesting. To understand why hair turns gray, we first need to understand how hair gets its color in the first place. Inside each hair follicle are special pigment-producing cells called melanocytes. These cells produce melanin, the same pigment that gives color to our skin and eyes. As hair grows, melanocytes inject melanin into the hair strand, giving it its natural shade, whether black, brown, blonde, or red. These melanocytes don't work alone. They are constantly replenished by melanocyte stem cells that live in a specific part of the hair follicle. Every time a new hair grows, these stem cells travel to where they're needed and transform into pigment-producing cells. As long as this system works smoothly, hair keeps its color. Gray hair appears when this system begins to fail. Over time, melanocyte stem cells either become damaged, exhausted, or stuck in the wrong place. When fewer pigment-producing cells are available, less melanin reaches the growing hair. The result is hair that appears gray, silver, or white. Age is the most common reason this happens. As we grow older, the pool of melanocyte stem cells naturally shrinks. Eventually, there simply aren't enough left to maintain pigment production. This is why graying becomes more common with age and eventually affects almost everyone. Genetics also play a major role. The age at which you start to go gray is strongly influenced by your DNA. Some people begin graying in their 20s, while others retain their natural color well into their 40s or 50s. Ethnic background can also influence timing, with some populations tending to gray earlier or later than others. But aging and genetics aren't the whole story. Stress, once thought to be a mythological cause of gray hair, is now backed by real scientific evidence. While hair cannot change color overnight, studies have shown that intense psychological stress can accelerate the graying process. Researchers have discovered that stress affects the nervous system in ways that directly damage melanocyte stem cells. During periods of high stress, the body releases stress hormones that interfere with the hair follicle environment. This disruption can push stem cells out of position or prevent them from turning into pigment-producing cells. Even more fascinating is the discovery that hair can act like a biological timeline. When scientists examined individual hair strands under powerful microscopes, they found visible bands of color change along a single strand. Some hairs showed dark pigment, followed by a gray section, and then dark pigment again, closer to the root. This suggests something remarkable, that in certain cases, graying may not be permanent. When stress levels dropped, pigment production appeared to restart, allowing hair to regain its original color as it continued to grow. While this doesn't happen to everyone, it proves that the graying process can sometimes be reversed. This discovery challenges the long-held belief that gray hair is a one-way process. It opens the door to the possibility that under the right conditions, hair follicles may recover their ability to produce pigment. There are also rare medical cases where gray hair has darkened unexpectedly. Some people undergoing treatments that affect the immune system, such as certain cancer therapies, have experienced partial or complete hair repigmentation. Although these treatments are not intended for cosmetic use, they provide valuable clues about the biological pathways involved in hair color. Animal studies add even more intrigue. In recent experiments, researchers found that specific antioxidants were able to prevent or reverse graying in mice. These compounds appeared to protect melanocyte stem cells from damage, allowing pigment production to continue. While results in mice don't always translate directly to humans, they offer promising directions for future research. Despite these exciting findings, it's important to stay realistic. At the moment, there is no proven, safe treatment that can reliably reverse gray hair in humans. Most of the observed reversals occur in very specific circumstances, and the biological mechanisms are still being studied. Scientists now believe that the key to controlling graying lies in protecting melanocyte stem cells and maintaining a healthy hair follicle environment. If researchers can find ways to prevent these cells from becoming damaged or depleted, it may one day be possible to slow, stop, or even reverse the graying process. Until then, gray hair remains a natural part of life. While stress management, good nutrition, and overall health may support hair health, they cannot guarantee color preservation. Vitamins, supplements, and miracle products often promise dramatic results, but none have been scientifically proven to reverse graying. Gray hair is not a flaw or a failure of the body. It is a visible sign of time, biology, and experience. And thanks to modern science, we now know that it is far more dynamic than once believed. As research continues, what was once considered permanent may turn out to be surprisingly flexible. The story of gray hair is still being written, and the next breakthrough may be closer than we think.